Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I'm holding an article here from CNN.com, written by Nicole Goodkind. The headline is, U.S. debt rises to $33 trillion as government shutdown looms. Article begins, as the U.S. debt passes $33 trillion and a government shutdown looms, Wall Street feels defensive. The shutdown could sour sentiment and deal a blow to an economy already dealing with high gas prices, auto worker strikes, and elevated inflation, with some saying it could even increase the possibility of a recession. Let me be real clear. If the government shuts down, you're going to see catastrophic losses across the board because the world depends on one thing, the United States to pay their bills. And we have a group of grown-ups sitting in a sandbox throwing sand at each other, and they're going to set off a bomb in the name of ha ha ha, or an Instagram post, or in the name of a soundbite for their next campaign, and they're gonna, what a catastrophic mess. So, Jade, when I see U.S. debt rise to $33 trillion, this is me just being honest and vulnerable with my friend here in front of a couple of dozen million people.
Come on.
It sets off an anxiety in me.
Does it?
Like it will, if I dwell on it, it will make it hard to breathe. Because I'm doing what I can in my home, and I'm looking at the world. I got a 7-year-old little girl and a 13-year-old boy. I'm looking at the world they're inheriting, and it makes it hard for me to wrap my head around the world they're going to be living in, because a bunch of adults act like such immature, bratty children and have created such a quagmire. And I see this number going up, and no matter who you vote for, whatever side you vote for, everybody's lying to you so they can get in and do what they want to do. Whew, help me. $33 trillion is a lot of money.
I mean...
And here's the thing, I can't do anything about it.
I mean, when I see things like this, I'll be honest, I'm almost on that exact opposite spectrum of you. I don't bat much attention to it. I mean, I see it and I go, that sucks, that's bad. But you can only control the controllables. And for most of us, that's looking at our own house. Like, these are the times, a lot of times we're like, zoom out. This is the time where I'm like, zoom in. Like, zoom in and don't look at the giant statistic. Don't look at the big scary monster. Zoom in and go, okay, what's my part in this? Am I participating in this? Do I have a say in this? Can I control this? And what can I control? Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think I get a lot of peace out of that, of going, okay, I know where my power lies, and I know what control I have, and that over there has zero to do with it.
Yeah, because I can't do anything about it, right?
And I can't do anything about that. All I can do is make sure I'm not contributing to the problem, make sure, because all of this is connected. Mm-hmm. It's all connected. Right. And as American people, what we do affects the economy. That affects national economies. That affects all of this.
Global
U.S.
economy,
debt, global economies. And so play your part.
Yeah.
Like, shoot your shot and play your hand the right way. And for most of us, that looks like handling your financial household as well as you possibly can, being a good steward of the money that you have. Because here's the thing, no one can point the finger at the government, and no one can point the finger at red or blue if in their own house it's a hot mess.
Right.
And we already know that most Americans, that's what it is. So instead of getting so like, and I'm not yelling at you, but because I know you got your stuff together.
No, but it's good because I'm allowing myself to be distracted.
Yeah.
Right. I'm allowing myself to be distracted and to be frustrated at things that I really can't do. I get a vote every 2 years and I get a vote every 4 years.
Yep.
And that's the game that I'm in, and that's the game I get to play. And so I get to make my vote. Mm-hmm. So this reminds me of a call Dave and I took right after COVID. Maybe it was 2021, early 2021. And it was from a school teacher in New York who, the lockdowns were very severe, and we're teaching an elementary school. I don't remember exactly what she was teaching, but an elementary school teacher on Zoom. Mm-hmm. And she just looked at her student loan debt, which I think was $100,000. She owned a bunch of money, owed a bunch of money. And she just said, I'm done. And she worked like a maniac. Yeah. She got up before the crack of dawn and drove and delivered food. She taught all day. She worked until late.
Yeah.
And she just burned through and paid it all off.
Yeah.
Like, she just said, I cannot do this. And so I want to challenge people. I love what you're saying. Like, control what you can control. We say that all the time. So here's me doing this in real time. I feel this. My body feels $33 trillion in the fear I have for my little girl and my little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I also feel the fear of our elected officials acting like freaking children. I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to take my ball and go home, instead of getting in a room and saying, hey, I don't care who wins, because if you win and I lose, we all lose. Can we help solve this problem for this country, please? So instead of that, I'm going to feel those feelings. They're real.
Sure.
And then I'm going to go do the next right thing, which is make sure I don't owe anybody any money.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure my neighbors are know that I'm a resource for them if they need some support, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep my eyes open for other people I can serve and love. And I'm going to turn the news off. And
I mean, it's that
I'm going to double down on relationships, because what else can you do, right?
it's that cliche that we hear. It's on T-shirts, it's on mugs. It's you being the change that you want to see.
That's it.
You cannot point fingers and say, "Oh, look at them! They're doing this. These are terrible people. These are horrible." Are you a good boss? Are you a good, are you a great person to work with? Are you a great spouse? Are you handling your money? Like, that's what we have to do, is look back and go, okay, I can't just keep throwing stones. I've got to do the best that I can do for me in my house and set an example. The more you put in the world, light pushes out dark. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Man. And remember, I don't get political. Jeez.
It's funny. You're striving not to get political. I'm striving not to get spiritual, because I go straight to the top on stuff like this. I'm like, oh, what is your hope truly in?